everybody, my name is VirusAlitable and I am back to bring you guys another video. Today we're going to be looking at Windows Longhorn Milestone 7 version 4093. Exciting part of this build, this is the last build in the series before the reset. So as you know, in the Longhorn development, or for those who don't know or haven't watched the preview video, the Windows Longhorn development for Windows Vista, or codename Windows Vista, has two stages to it. There's a pre-reset and then there's a post-reset. Now, the whole reason for the reset is just because there was a new code base in that Microsoft wanted to use, and the direction of this operating system in this iteration, they just didn't know where it wanted to go. There were so many aspects where they couldn't take it. I guess it looked a little too fancy, and it was just a little too ahead of its time, and Microsoft decided to pull the plug, go to a completely new code base, and restart from the new. Now, actually, this build is actually done. It was a few hours later after this build was compiled. Let me give you the date, but based on the BIOS date, it's going to be on August 20th, 2004. A few hours after this build was released and compiled, Microsoft did the code reset. So what we're looking at is the last build before the reset. And as you can see, it looks completely different. It looks a little bit better. It has a couple new features. Here we go. We're going to take a look at some of these features right here. We got a new desktop background, and the way Explorer looks really kind of cool. Again, this reminds me a lot of IE 8 and 9. This is like IE 7, 8. It's so cool how it kind of gets that little, combination of looking like those little IE Explorer things. And right here, I'm gonna let you guys know, you can still have, we still have the features like the slate theme, newer wallpaper, and there's several enhancements to Explorer, which we're kind of seeing right here. You can kind of see how it kind of looks a little bit better. The icons are still staying the same. If you notice, Recycle Bin has a new little glow up. We already mentioned that in the other build. They actually retains that little glow up. As you can see, this build was really minimalistic. There's really not that much to really show in this one, especially regarding programs. Which makes me wonder, I'm thinking that Microsoft may have already planned the actual reset before they did this build. They were probably just finishing up this build, seeing if they want to do something, and if it didn't really match their expectations, they were just gonna pull the plug on it. But as you can see, we still have Windows Media Player, completely different little design, but it really just doesn't work. There's really nothing much we could do with Windows Media Player, unfortunately. And as you noticed, there was a lot of things that were just empty. The start menu was absolutely empty, and as you can see, my computer froze. This build is very unstable. I've had some problems with it. I had some problems installing it, actually. I had some blue screens and some errors. There were a couple I really couldn't troubleshoot them, actually. There wasn't really any troubleshooting needed. I just ended up wiping the partition and redoing it again, installing an older build, and it just worked. I always do upgrades if I can instead of clean wipes, because there's sometimes where the clean wipes will screw it up. So with these builds especially, I ended up just doing upgrades, and that's what you guys kind of noticed. We're gonna get to this in a little bit, but in the control panel, there's new programs that are available. This is really cool. This is the first time they actually started putting in the speech recognition, but it doesn't work, unfortunately, and my drivers really couldn't work right here. But it doesn't work, but the text-to-speech also doesn't work, even though it has it. I'm looking at Windows Movie Maker. We're going to try and open it. We're going to have to ignore this error. We're going to see what Windows Movie Maker 3 looks like. Yeah, that's also a new little update, but again, you can see there's a lot of errors. It looks really nice and fancy. I really like the way it looks. It looks cool, and as you can see, it was like a placeholder for what they were going to do. Again, there's a lot of hard-coded errors. It's supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be a finished product. Like I mentioned, this build was really rushed because they were already planning a reset, so they just wanted to throw it out there, be done with it, and then go ahead and use something for a new base to go ahead and recreate the operating system and find a new direction for it. Because as you can see, if you guys know Vista, I'm pretty sure a lot of you have used Vista once or twice in your life. Maybe it was your main operating system, but as you know, there's a lot of aspects in Vista that just don't have some of these kind of things. Yeah, there's a little bit of the gadgets here, but it doesn't look like that, and the Explorer doesn't really look the same. It's just a lot different. It's a little bit more sleeker, a little bit better. So you can tell that there were some aspects in Vista that we see right now, and there's some that we just don't have anymore. And that's just due to the, as you can see, Explorer ended up dying on me. Let's go ahead and take a look at my computer and just navigate a little bit around. But it's amazing how they kind of we still see kind of like the influence from the pre-reset in the post-reset, and you're going to see those in the next builds that we're going to have next week. And we're also going to see that throughout the development. Things are going to go a little faster. And after these builds, it's been a little slow, but I guarantee you guys stick around the next few weeks, next few months. You guys are going to see some big improvements, and we're going to have a little bit more to talk about. I love it. Anyways, as you guys saw, you have Windows Media Player, but it's really buggy. There are some programs that are included. Oh, we have this new little app called Power Settings. I love the way they kind of changed the power settings. And as you can see, it's starting to kind of come together. You can see where if they continued with this, we could probably have gotten the final product for Vista, or Vista might have looked just a tad bit different than what we have it as now if they continue using this code base. But as you can see, everything looks kind of standard, the same. getting complained about low disk space. This is really funny. To continue on, we have a couple of apps. We can execute Calculator, the command prompt Paint from the run command. We have Wordpad. Apparently it didn't work in the other builds. I never really tested it out, but apparently Wordpad was broken in the previous builds, but now it works. Outlook Express is in there, but I believe I'm probably going to show you guys. Outlook Express does exist in this build, but it's only a box with a warning icon, which is really cool. There's also a help and support center in this one, but it's work in progress. There's not going to be anything final. And as you can see, we also have the wireless presentation. This reminds me, this really looks familiar to me again. Reminds me a lot of the Mirrorcast that we have with Windows 10, where you can connect to like a wireless projector, and you can do your presentation on there. I know at my workplace we do that a lot. We connect to like some TVs and we do presentations that way. And it reminds me, I'm like, man, they came up with this back in Vista. That's awesome, and it still lives on today. It's really cool. Back in 2004. Very, very interesting, and I just cannot fathom that at all. We also have a couple of other things. Again, Vote Now is still included, but it's still buggy. I could never really get Vote Now to work. We also have a new version of Windows Media Player, which is the one I showed you guys, the really cool one. There's an options menu, which I'm probably going to show you guys a little bit later in the video because I went into a little bit here. Oh yeah, we're going to load up there's actually a new, the Windows Activation. It's a prototype of the Windows Activation. It goes to show you how long I haven't used DOS in a while. I forgot that you can press the up key, and I just typed out the whole command instead of pressing the up key and then changing the last digit. So we're going to go through this. The first digit is supposed to show the Activate Online screen. The second digit that we have are going to come up is going to be the Enter the Product key. It's going to be really nice. You're going to see it right here. It's going to show you guys the product key. That's a new version. Then it looks completely different from the Windows XP version. And the third is the Activate by Phone. Not all of these work, unfortunately. It's just, ugh. So we're gonna see number 3. Let's check it out. It shows the Activate by Phone. It tells you, hey, select your location, standard stuff. We also have another one that's called Reduced Function Mode. Didn't really do anything. I think it's to block features if it's past the activation. 5 is the grace period to upgrade the grace period. Number 6 is the actual online purchase to buy an actual product skin. As you can see, it says Windows Longhorn Home Edition and Windows Longhorn Premium Edition, not Professional, not Ultimate, Premium. Then 7 is to do an online update. 8 is to set up upgrade, didn't do anything. And then 9 is the grace period ending. Oh, I did number 6 again. I meant to do number 9. I did 7. I tried going through them again, but it didn't really work out for me there. And then we're gonna do 9 at the end. Nothing happened, and then we're gonna do 10, which is the OOT, which I don't know what that does. And that didn't do anything. But you can see the new concepts of Windows and how it looks. really a lot of more stuff to unpack, but it's still most of the same. Just a couple of new programs here and there that I was able to show you guys in this build and how they ultimately reset the build. There's nothing really much I can put in this one. We've pretty much looked at all the aspects. There's no, for this milestone build, and now we're going to be moving on to the next pre-beta builds after this, which is post reset. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching kind of like this new little features, seeing the old, you know, seeing the pre-reset and seeing what work the developers put in before they ultimately had to scrap everything and call it a day. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Please give these videos a thumbs up, share if you really enjoy it, put a like down there, hit the bell icon, and don't forget to check out the Discord so you guys can join during the premieres. I'll be in the voice channel and in the chat interacting with you guys, giving you guys a little bit more of a little bit more personal hands-on experience that I really like having with you guys. Take care, and virus alertable